What if Whitebeard, instead of being red, he was purple and all his cards said the same thing?
What if his name was, instead of Whitebeard, it was Freakbeard? And it's
What? What? Okay, guys, so the usual, you know how it is. This is the second time I've done it, but you know what? This time I caught it pretty quick. So when the podcast starts, the first 45 seconds ish, I forgot to turn on the camera again. I just do that. I'm sorry, but I caught it this time. After 45 seconds, this video. With that being said, let's get into it. What is good, homies? This is Chris from Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick.
Hello.
And special guest of the hour, Joey, Heart Pirates TCG.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, you don't want to say the other message?
No.
No. All right. Okay, so this video is gonna be a little different than the usual one. So it's gonna be a card review like usual, but there's a real topic we will discuss after the card review. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that. Before we do, if you're not already subscribed, I will say I have gotten confirmation. Subscribing to the Small Hat channel does increase PP length by at least 24 inches. So,
holy shit.
if you want to get in on that, yeah, no, that's big, right? That's an opportunity you can't just pass up. That's 2 feet. That's 2 feet.
You gotta take advantage of that, dude.
You gotta take advantage of that. So, anything before we jump into this one, boys?
Chris has been streaming a lot on Twitch and YouTube, guys. A lot. Like to see you guys there. Make sure to turn on notifications. Let us know which one you would prefer, actually, whether you prefer YouTube over Twitch or Twitch over YouTube.
Yeah, his streams are honestly really funny, guys. Like, you should definitely support him. Like, give him like your Prime sub on Twitch if you guys got it, because that helps out like the streamers a lot for sure, and it's like really entertaining.
I also do have a question, not for you guys, but for chat, or not chat. Bro, that's the streaming.
Yeah.
For the viewers. Small Hat Local makes its return. Would you guys rather it be on a Saturday or a Sunday? Or do you have a different day in mind? What do you guys think? So we'll go ahead and start off with Shanks, Red Leader, 5 life, 5,000 power, / Yonko, Red Hair Pirates. Once per turn, you may activate this effect when your opponent attacks. Give up to one of your opponent's leader or characters power minus 1,000 for the turn. I think this leader's mid.
Oh, it's incredibly good.
So I think if the red color pool wasn't completely abysmal, I think this would be good, but it is very mid.
I think because when I look at this leader, so essentially basically all he's basically saying is that you have an extra 1k counter in your hand every turn, which is basically an extra card, you know, card advantage, card economy, whatever. That's pretty good or whatever, but at current climate of One Piece, I feel like that just ain't it. So what that leads me to believe with this leader is that he is mid because they're going to give him the Whitebeard treatment and print a bunch of leader locked Red Hair Pirates cards for him, and that'll make him good. Because outside of that, this leader's not good.
Yeah, like I could imagine him getting his own like Red Hawk type card where it's like, hey, KO something that's this power, and now your leader just makes it that power for free without having to interact with board at all. So that could be really interesting on a body instead of it being on an event card. But early game, this is nice because your opponent can't just go 5 poke.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like he just negates all 5 at lives for like the rest of the game.
He does.
But the problem is, I mean, once they get one other character on the board, it like doesn't matter.
Yeah. I have a few ideas for what I think they could do to make this leader good or whatever, but that will lead into our next topic. So I guess before we pivot into that, we'll go ahead and discuss this Buggy. So Buggy is blue leader, 5 life, 5,000 power / Yonko cross guild. Activate main. You may rest 5 Dawn and discard 1 card from your hand. Play up to 1 character with the cross guild type from your hand. Thoughts, boys?
Depends on it's gonna get the Calgara treatment. It depends on its card pool to see whether or not this leader gets played, because we have 0 cross guild cards so far.
Yeah, so I made a video about this a long time ago. I forgot what I even titled it, but I'm so sick of them releasing leaders with like 0 support. And when the leader first got announced, I was like, holy shit, you can play Mihawk for 5? Like, this is crazy. And then like someone was like, yeah, like Mihawk's not cross guild, so
Yeah,
you can't do that. So yeah, so I will say if the top end for like blue does get better, obviously that is within this archetype, which is cross guild, which is a pretty broad archetype, because I mean you have Crocodile, you have Mihawk, you have Buggy, you have a few other people that I think Kobe is also in the cross guild too. So it could be really good, and it could also be a good way to give blue the top end that it needs, because it has none right now.
It doesn't.
And I completely agree with Nick where it's, if it has the support, I think this is really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think he's going to be so heavily reliant on support. So the thing about it is, because like if his support is good, this leader is actually just broken. This leader is fucking insane. Cheating out like a 10 drop for 5 Dawn is obviously insane, right? That's literally double your Dawn value. But that also leads me to think that, like, because that's obviously so imbalanced, that maybe he won't be that great. Because maybe Bandai has the foresight to design with that in mind, and maybe they don't print anything like above like a 7 cost or something, because it'd obviously be stupid for you to drop a 10 drop on turn 3. Because if you drop a 10 drop on turn 3, that's basically as if like blue is ramping Dawn, right? So
I mean that would be like. So like Bandai does that already. They did that with Calgara so far, and they did that with Foxy. I think Foxy actually has a good effect. His cards are just terrible.
Well, see, I think with Foxy it's fine though, because Foxy's purple, and ramping is part of purple's identity. And then with Yellow, I guess it's fine because they don't give a fuck. Yellow gets literally everything and oversteps. Bro, Yellow privilege is so fucking dumb. There's
like Calgara essentially gets a draw off it because he takes a life and puts it in hand. Buggy has to discard a card and then play a character. No, Calgara's great. But this character takes 2 cards out of your hands to put 1 on board, essentially, and that part I'm not happy with.
Yeah, but like if the character's like
a 10 drop,
an 8/10, like an 8 cost 10k, like how are you really gonna contest that unless you're playing like some like heavy removal deck? Even then, like are you spending your whole turn removing it?
Yeah, it also makes you wonder if like because you have to like you have to design with this leader ability in mind, right? Otherwise, he's broken. So it makes you wonder if they'll start printing like, or they'll give him like a bunch of big bodies that are like poorly statted, like
or have like no counter,
like a 10 cost 8K.
No counter, and like understated cards to just because it offsets the fact that you're cheating them out for cheap anyway. Because like, for example, if they print like a 10/8, that seems ass, but realistically it's a 5/8, so you can't really complain. So
I mean, yeah, but like, stop doing that. Just like, why would you print shit like that, bro?
The number doesn't matter for Buggy, realistically. Whatever that cost is doesn't mean anything. It's 5. It's 5 at the end of the day.
I guess.
They literally just printed an 8 cost 10k Mihawk out of OP07. That's a common that just says on play draw a card.
One, yeah.
It's still
that
not
really good for Buggy, but they just didn't. Obviously, they don't have the foresight because like they always have like 5 cards every set that you're like, if this had like this typage, or if this had like like a 1k counter, like this card would actually be like support for one of the older leaders, and they're like, nah, no deck wants to use this.
You know what pisses me off? When they go out of their way to not do it, because sometimes it feels spiteful. Like for example, OP04, the fucking banana croc, the 5/7 vanilla. My brother in Christ, that shit is a vanilla. It's not even a good card. It's not going to see play. And they couldn't even give the Baroque Works tag? Croc couldn't have that? Really? What? That makes literally no sense.
You want to know what's funny too? Is I was watching Cross's game in the EU when he was playing Rebecca, and I was like, what does this Scarlet do? He's not doing shit with this card. Like, he's barely doing anything. And then it fucking plays a card from your hand, bro. Like, why can't it be the trash? Like, if it was trash, it would be actually good support for Rebecca, which is an already dog shit leader. Like, why couldn't you just make it like fucking somewhat useful, dude? Come on.
Bro, I remember like looking at the Scarlet when it was first revealed. I mean, like, this card's so bad because all it does is play Carol's from hand and literally nothing else. And people are angry about that. And then like time, as time goes on, it's like,
like why does it have to be from the hand? Why can't it work with the trash and it's already like leader locks? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I don't understand. But like, it makes it very, very obvious. Like, cause I feel like you have to do something to balance Buggy's 10 drops and something. Because this leader ability, obviously, if you just print like a 10/12 or whatever, and it has a good effect. Obviously, it's like, this leader's good. No shit. There isn't really any nuance to that. Fucker cheated out 10 Dawn on turn 3. So,
You know what?
That's kind of
bro. Why can't blue have like one deck that's actually good, bro? Like,
True. I want a good.
bro, that's not
black
blue. That
deck.
was black. Everyone knows.
But I want a good blue deck that's not Nami for once.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dofi's got a little something right now, but like, why can't we just have like an overwhelmingly good blue deck? You know?
Why can't they just print good Baroque Works cards that are blue?
Yeah.
For real.
Why can't blue ever get a good top end? Like, like Blurple Croc will actually be good if they get like a card that isn't dog shit that they
All the
ramp
fucking
up to.
time, man. I'm always like, bro,
Yeah.
if Purple Croc had, he's blue purple. If he had literally anything worth ramping into, fucking anything.
Yeah.
But bro has nothing.
You like
Really,
ramp
brother,
into
you ramped
Kaido
into
and then they just
all
like
four.
bottom deck it. It's like, all right, well, I guess I just lose now.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's really much to say about Buggy. Like he'll obviously be good or bad for very obvious reasons. This Shanks though. So this brings me to today's actual topic of discussion. Red has been a very Red dominated OP01, and then
What? No.
Whitebeard, if you want to consider Whitebeard as the red leader, because Whitebeard dominated all the way from OP02 until he got banned in OP04, and then after OP05 forward, he was kind of rogue, but like the best rogue deck there was. But like, so the argument here is that Whitebeard isn't realistically a red deck, right? The only thing he does related to red is rush on ace, and that is it. Marco revives himself. That has fucking nothing to do with red whatsoever. Fucking 9-beard pumps your leader 2k. That has nothing to
Yeah,
do
but
with red
they're still
whatsoever.
fucking red though.
Right, so, but either way, but here's the thing though. Whitebeard wasn't good because he was red. He was good because the Whitebeard cards were good. You could have made him literally any color, printed those effects, and gave them to him, and he would have been good regardless. The only benefit he got from red was fucking Radical Beam. Like, he was not a red leader. His game plan was, I'm going to take a bunch of life, amass all the counter of the world in my hand, and then when you try to push game, I'm going to counter off it, and I'm going to kill you on the crackback. That's not a red identity. That's Whitebeard. That is purely Whitebeard and nothing else. He wasn't playing aggro. He wasn't playing low to the ground. Bro was just playing.
What do you mean,
on
bro? He was
curve.
definitely aggro.
Bro, he was just playing. I think there's an argument when we had fucking Moby Dick. Once Moby Dick was gone, that leader, Whitebeard is purely, he's just Whitebeard. He is Whitebeard. No other red leader can come close to imitating what Whitebeard was doing because he wasn't doing anything red. He was doing Whitebeard shit. Marco reviving himself from the trash. The fuck does that have to do with red? Please.
So you don't think like killing people in like 5 turns is like a red identity?
I think if what if Whitebeard, instead of being red, he was purple and all his cards said the same thing?
What if his name was, instead of Whitebeard, it was Freakbeard? And it's
What? But either way, Whitebeard. So what I'm getting at is that red hasn't been good for a really long time. Whitebeard specifically has, because outside of Whitebeard, the other leaders that were always good, but kind of on the outside, right? So Red Green Law died off fucking almost immediately. He was killed off the minute Rebecca joined the game, right?
What?
Bro, what do you mean? What do you mean what?
What, dude? Like, maybe Nick, am I tripping here? But I feel like Law was like still topping in set 4.
No, he wasn't. Bro, once
What?
Rebecca joined the game and the stage said you could ram into everything your opponent plays for free, and Kyros pops something on play with no extra investment, we literally never saw Law again. Law just fucking died off. He may have had maybe 2 tops at most.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're gonna say
Alright.
the 2 tops makes a meta, then you're fucking one of those people in my comment section. That's like,
I gotta. No, I can't do that. No, I gotta check on that. But I'm pretty sure he was still doing good in set 4. But so
No, it's
you're
okay.
Nick. Do you want to say something before I say anything?
No, go for it. I don't have an opinion on Red Green Law. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So just about your synopsis about red is right. Where it's like red, if it wasn't for Whitebeard, is a god awful deck, or
Yeah.
I guess color pool.
yeah.
But like at the same time, any support they give red, Whitebeard's just gonna fucking abuse it. So
Well, that's
like
fine.
you can't really balance that leader. Like you can't
Bro,
balance that color
I have
like
no
a
problem with Whitebeard
rotation.
being good. I have 0 problems with Whitebeard being good. I would just like for other red decks outside of Whitebeard to also be good. Because also the problem too, it's like we finally gained a red deck, right, in OP03 that was single play, and it was Ace. But then they hit Whitebeard and fucking like Ace got caught in the crossfire. The ban, remember, because the ban list was literally created for red. It was created
Yeah, it
for
was.
red, and all 3 iterations of the ban list, all hit red. It wasn't until Sakazuki that it did something different. So red had a very, very strong start, and then Whitebeard was kind of like, I feel like the nail in Red's coffin, because they were just afraid to give Red fucking anything because they were afraid of buffing Whitebeard, and then eventually they just banned the leader. But yeah, Red as a color has been very, very, very mid for a very long time, and a lot of people still talk like, I don't want Red to be good because they're afraid of fucking OP01, right? But where Red wasn't even the best color in OP01 actually.
I agree. Yeah. So when you first said Red dominated set 1, I was like, no, no, he didn't. Kid was like way better.
It was green. It was green.
I think Kid was the best deck in set 1.
I think it was Red.
And then
this is going to be a side tangent. Have y'all seen that? So they released One Piece in Korea, and they're actually playing out OP01 right now because they are that far behind us. So like they're playing for serial Luffy's right now. There's only 77 serialized Luffy in Korean. So, and I saw some people on Twitter talking about we're going to pack our bags and head to Korea and dominate OP01 again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I want to do that so bad because I did not play competitively set 1 until like the very end.
What do you mean,
I realized
bro?
I was
You
like,
played Purple Proc.
Yeah, I know. And then I like the day I met both of you guys, actually, I was like sweating on Kid, and I actually ended up like crushing it that weekend.
You know, so
I miss that format.
Me too. I think it was whatever. So, but either way, this brings us back to the main topic. Red needs help. Red needs help. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
What? So like looking at this Shanks leader, for example, because like his leader ability's all right, but the color pool is fucking ass. What would it take for this leader to see play, and what do you think it would take for other red leaders to see play in general? Where do you think that the Red's cart design has fallen short, and how would we make up for that if we were Bandai? Now, I will give you 2 ideas that I have. 2 things that I think Red would heavily benefit from. So Red's identity is rush, which purple started doing and then fucking yellow does constantly. So that's not unique to Red anymore. Power reduction still unique to Red, and KO was taken by black, right? That became black's identity, in addition to being immune to KO. So all Red really has going for it, unique to it and nobody else, is power reduction. No other color does that. I think it should be stronger. I think instead of minus 2,000, because everything pops 3,000, right? Everything pops 3,000 lower outside of like Pell. It should be easier to lower other cards into that range, because black can literally spend 1 Dawn minus something by 5 costs and then fucking pop it with like a Lucci or something, right? Red can't do anything like that. The closest they come is like having to run fucking round table for 4 Dawn to lower something to pop it. Like that is so ass. So I think power reduction, go for it.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with the route of power reduction being Red's identity, but I sure as fuck don't want Rush to be Red's identity, because I think Rush is kind of like an unfair mechanic already, and there's a lot of already really good Rush cards that are just like, it's so hard to balance the game around Rush, because like because that's why Whitebeard was so frustrating to play against in set 5, was you're playing Sakazuki and they would just play Zoro and then Luffy and then they play Ace and then they play another Ace, and it's like, dog, like I can remove them, but like they're already beating the shit out of me, so like what's the point? So yeah, I do agree with that. I want power reduction to be, because if Red was power reduction, that's more of a control style aspect, and I like that. I like that a lot.
So I like power. I don't think they should get cheaper power reduction just because they don't have to specifically have a card that KOs based on power. Power reduction by itself is just like they have that new 7-drop on that sets a card to 0. If you do that, I'm now punching over that card with anything. So I do like power reduction. I think same. It was fun. It was hilarious in pre-release.
Me too.
And she's
but and
she's a baddie too.
But I'm totally fine with more power reduction. However, it cannot be. Red can't have an Ice Age.
No. So here's what I think.
This also has to be the assumption that red purple law is banned, because like
that too. That has to happen.
No way, bro.
That has to fucking happen. So here's what I think they need to do. So I think moving forward, either thing, because like up to this point everything's lowering by like 2k for the most part. All the cheap efficient power reduction is 2k. I think maybe realistically it should be minus 3k.
I mean, that's what Gordon Raise Max do.
I was supposed to say Gordon and Raise Max do both.
So I think we should be doing that. Maybe also the threshold that things pop, because everything pops 3,000 except for Pell, who pops 4,000. Maybe characters should be able to pop bigger bodies. Like maybe Red's top end on attack maybe a 9 should be popping a fucking 3k. Maybe you should be popping a 6k. I think a 9 that answers a 5 is fine. I think that's perfectly balanced. And if they want to spend like a Gordon or something to pop a 9k, you know, a 10k that pops a 9k, I think that's fair. I think that's more than
give
AOK.
it the fucking Mihawk treatment, dude. Like, give it like it can kill a 7k, and you can combine it with like some other like a Gordon or something if it's a 9 cost, and then now it can kill like a 10k. Yeah, like I like that a lot. But what I don't like is I don't want the deck to be just like out of control, like just kill everything the turn it's played. Kind of like how Law is right now. Because I think too much power reduction is also really hard to manage if you're also popping it. Because power reduction, if you were just attacking into the character, I think is a really cool concept. Yeah. The way that it is right now, it costs too much resources because they're one-time uses. But if there was like a full-on like archetype where you just like on attack you minus something by like 1,000 power or something, I like that a lot. I think that's a really cool concept that it wouldn't be broken because like it's a board clear almost, or like a way to like control the game instead of like cost reduction or, you know, whatever it is, bottom decking.
So Bandai has only done one thing with Red recently that I've really liked. I think it was a step in the right direction. I think the card's bad, unfortunately, but I think it's a step in the right direction. That new like Silver's Rayleigh or whatever, his effect says that when he minuses something, I think it's 2k. I think it's like 3k and 2k or some shit like that. I don't really remember. Doesn't matter. But basically, he has an effect that says like minus something by 2k, and it stays minus 2k on your turn and the opponent's turn. I think power reduction should at least do that. Power reduction should at least linger to the opponent's turn. Because if you minus, like say you're going for their ace, you minus it from 7k to 5k, and then you throw bodies to it, and then they can't protect it. Once you end your turn, they just hit you with a fucking 7k body. Like, There should be, because let's be real, if that was Black would have just fucking popped it. Black would have lowered it and then popped it. So at least that turn, the turn like you try to answer it through battle and all that. If you don't answer it, you pass turn back to your opponent. I think the character should still be minus 2k because they still have the body, and if they they could still pump it or whatever and use it as a viable attacker and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like a lot. I think I agree with you as well. You had a podcast a while ago talking about what green should do, and green should lock them in place for like the opponent's turn as well. So it's like a similar concept except for a little bit, probably a little bit worse, I would say, because they have like less power. Right. But it's a good concept, but I feel like that would be hard to balance too, because like if you just like minus someone's power for, you can probably chain that for like, you know, depending on how much support they get, like you can just chain minus everything by like 2,000 or 3,000, and like half the game you're only attacking with like 7Ks, 8Ks, the occasional 10, 9 or 10K. So if you're just like constantly like making like a 5 or 6K like 3 or 4, that's like
it'd be so
that's
funny.
Kind of fucking annoying.
Bro, that'd be so funny.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Nick? Is that like too annoying, you think, or like too broken?
No, not too annoying, because like you said, even if it's a 6 that's getting brought down to a 4, me as an attacking player, I only have to invest 1 Dawn in order for it to potentially connect with the leader, as long as it isn't like red, purple, Luffy, or Whitebeard.
Yeah,
it's not too powerful.
Because like,
not too powerful, and then
go for it. Keep going. My bad.
I was just gonna say, and then like I could just choose to leave it untapped, so that way he can't battle into it next turn and just take it for free anyway. So no, it's not too bad, because it gives your opponent some choices still. Yeah,
because like literally, if they were playing into like Luchi or some shit, the minute it got lowered, it's dying. It's not living to the next turn. You don't have the option to pump it to connect into the opponent's space. So you still have the body, and then it makes it so that your opponent because if you just swing with it, it's still active. It puts your opponent on having to invest resources into removing it from your board before you get to swing with it again. So I think there's some nuance there. I think it's a bit like, I don't know. I just look at what black is. I look at black and I look at yellow, and I'm like, that's probably fine to have at this point, because red is such a but one thing that's not balanced though. So when you talk how you don't want to be focused on rush, you are gonna like my second suggestion then. My second, so I think a big problem with red is their top end also is ass. I think red's top end sucks.
What?
Bro, what do you think?
Their top end
fucking sucks. Their top end is ass. What am I ramping into that I care about?
Like, well, you're not ramping into anything, but like
But no, if I'm a red
supplementary.
purple leader, is the thing is I can ramp into my top end faster. What red top end am I wanting to drop?
Okay, well, red
I'm
purple is
weird.
just fucking Luffy and Law, but like, and with Luffy, like 9-beard and 10 cost Luffy is like the gear 5 is fucking insane.
That's a purple card
like,
though.
The thing
Oh, the
about
red
the
one?
fucking top end. No, the purple sun god gear 5.
Oh, so you're just not talking about the right
Yeah.
color. I see. Okay.
No, well, you said red purple, but like the thing about fucking red top end is like shit like Zoro. Like, I don't know if you remember this or not, but like back in set like 3, or maybe even set 2, I think they did this too. But you would spend so much time beating up on the little fucking shitters that were like 5 or 6K, and then they drop like a 9 cost Newgate, and you're like, damn, like now they have like not only the best early game, but now they have like the best like really good late game too to like follow up with it. It's so hard to deal with that.
Bro,
I mean, I
so-
know Newgate isn't good, but like
Yeah, that's
it's
what I was
still,
gonna
like,
say. Like, cause Newgate, I think at one point Red had good top end, but Newgate,
Not
that
anymore,
fucker
I
is
guess.
literally not making it to the next turn. And then
I
on
mean,
top
it
of
did
that,
in
the
set
other
6 though. It did. Like, do you remember the Whitebeard lists that were topping in set 6? Like, I interviewed Long, who won one of the regionals in, I think, Peoria, and he was playing 2 or 3 in his list because like it actually was able to stick pretty. Because you're spending so much of the early dawn and like early resources killing like Marco, killing Ace, rush Luffy, and then you drop a 9 cost, and you're like, fuck, like I need Ice Age and like all this other shit to deal with it,
So, but if Red sticks a 9 drop body to the board though, on the following turn the payoff is they can pop a 3k. If Green sticks a 9 cost to the body to the board, they're fucking killing you with 3 Zoro swings. Like
That's fair. That's fair.
That's what I think as time goes on, the red top end has gotten more underwhelming because like the only other, because you have to think too, like look at the last 10 drop they just printed for red. Fucking Shanks is a 10 drop that pops 10k. He can't even pop a Big Mom. Like
That card's ass, bro. That card is ass.
I think so because the red's other identity, right? So okay. I think red's other identity being rush. So I've talked about it in chat a lot while streaming. A top end that I think would be funny for red to get. I think it'd be broken as fuck, but I'll mention it anyway. So I want them to get an 8 drop character that has 2 effects. I want them to have an 8 drop character that says on play cheat a character with 8,000 power or less from your hand. It cares about power. So it's a big body. It's kind of like how Sanji cheats out a big body or Gecko cheats out 2 bodies. Red finally gets their body that cheats out another body. It cheats out based on power from the hand, and then it has a Dawn times 1 activate main effect. One of your other characters this turn gains rush. So it cheats out a big body and then it gives it rush.
That's fucking broken.
And then if it survives, if it survives, every single turn you put that 1 Dawn on it and cheat and keep giving your characters rush. So your opponent has to answer it.
I forgot. You know what's funny is I literally forgot until just when you started talking, like just when you open your mouth, I forgot that you're like a red stan. So that's exactly, of course, you would think that. But like me and Nick, who have like PTSD from like red dominating, we don't want like every time I hear about red support, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm actually like I'm having like PTSD, bro. Like it's I don't know if you can give red support without just making it like over the top again, bro. Like it's so hard.
Bro, you can. You just do what I'm talking about. Just print
Not in
that
the
8
fucking
drop.
way you just said. No.
You print
Not
the
that
8
way.
drop that cheats out an 8k power character. You attach 1 Dawn to your character, and then you give the big guy rush. And that's just an activate main effect. So every turn after that, if he sticks, I can keep playing like 9 drop characters and giving him rush. That is as red as it gets.
No, you said as broken as it gets?
As red as it gets.
Yeah, it literally just says like spend 8 Dawn, win the game. Like
yes, bro. Red needs it.
That's not what they need. I like your idea about it going more towards power identity, or I guess leaning more into power rather than rush. I think that's more fair and more balanced and a lot easier to like
it's not
kind of
funny,
create support for. Because how many times can you print like a rush card, right? Like on play rush, you know what I'm saying? Like
no,
like there's like so many fucking cards that do it.
Well, no, because if you just do like Bandai does, you spice it up, right? On play, rush. If your opponent has 2 or less life, pump 2k.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a terrible fucking idea.
Bro.
But I like the power idea. I do think red does need help, but they have to get it. They have to get help in a way that doesn't make Whitebeard fucking insane.
So here's the other idea I have.
Or
then.
Sanji.
Here. Well, so here's the thing though, because you could print bodies like that. Actually, no. Because let's say you print bodies like that or whatever. If they already have rush, then that's not really a buff to Sanji because like he's already rushing anyway, right? But or also wait, isn't Sanji says he's an 8 cost or less, right? So you make it a 9 cost, I guess. But anyway, so here's the other idea I'll run by you. Now this one's more balanced. I think it's better cart design. The other idea is just you know, it's a lot more poggers. So okay. The other idea I have for ret top end is, you know, kind of like Kaido comes out, he nukes the whole board.
Yep.
You give red a top end that comes out and he says, reduce all characters on your opponent's board power to 0 until the end of their turn. So it's kind of like
that a lot better. I love that,
because they
actually.
can't use the bodies. It's kind of like they got nuked, right? He can't do anything with them that turn. But then once their turn is over, you know, their board goes back to normal, and then it only becomes degenerate if you start daisy chaining them. You start.
Yeah.
But then again, that's just 10
I love that, actually. I think that is a really fucking cool, like, concept. It's like a little bit, yeah, it's kind of like Dofi, a little bit like Kaido, but Red's like own identity. I like that a lot. I think definitely Red should do that.
With it.
Yeah,
It's almost like if they made the 10 drop blue Whitebeard playable. No, that card is not seeing play.
Yeah, that card is that card is awful, bro. That card is so bad.
Did we ever get an official ruling on him? Was the two discard 2 cards to gain attacking for the turn, or was it just 1 or 2 per character?
It's 2 per character.
No, wait. It's 2 per character? That card's way better then.
Yeah, no, the card's great. It can just only be used in Red Blue Marco because it's leader locked to the Whitebeard Pirates.
I was gonna say, if that card wasn't leader locked, he'd be fucking insane. Because when they revealed him, I was angry that Purple Croc couldn't play it.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was just pay 2 and then you can attack, like all your characters can attack. But if it's 2 per character, that's fucking insane. Yeah, that's actually broken. Holy shit.
It says select all characters on your opponent's field, so it targets.
Wow.
There's no reason Purple Croc can't play that card. It's such bullshit they leader locked. And then why leader lock that? Why leader lock that card? And then you print other fucking cards that are so much dumber.
Yeah, just print fucking Gecko Moria and then Black Maria and like all the I just wish Blue had some type of like top end that wasn't bad.
Literally, that's all I'm asking for.
God, Whitebeard was so
you were talking about getting red PTSD. I have green PTSD from OP08.
No, but green has like it had one format and then it had flashes in the pan for like the rest of the game. Like it's not like red where it's like every time you go into a tournament you're like, oh my god, am I gonna die before turn 4 today? Like
who's
that's a relevant issue.
Bro,
Me,
I'm not thinking
every time
that.
I played fucking like any deck.
You still think that to this day? You can go into OP07 and say, I hope I don't die turn 4 to red.
Well, let me tell you something. I was playing Sakazuki. I got the one I got top 32 at the last tournament I got in. Like round 4, I played against a fucking Zoro, and this dude, bro, was swinging like 9 at life, like every single. Bro, I had to counter out of a 14k Diable Jumble to win the game, and that was turn 5. Like I literally almost lost.
Oh, so there was a turn 5. Interesting. Yeah, curious.
Bro, literally, as soon as he got to 10 down, he goes, fuck it. And then just Diable Jumbles. So it was like, it wasn't even really a turn 5. It was like, fuck it. Yeah, bro. I had it too, but damn, bro, that was scary, bro. I'm telling you, it's too scary, these red decks. The power reduction is the only way that I think can actually make it not broken and like a good card, like a good fair mechanic.
I think so too. It's also unfortunate because I feel like, so I will say Sanji being good, right? I actually am a fan of Sanji, like, because I feel like it's easy to prevent him from playing cards, right? Like, you can literally moving forward just print good cards, but then give them a random on play effect that's kind of like negligible, right? Like, I don't know, on play minus 1k or something, right? Or maybe you understat the card, but the card says like on play, gain 1k till your next turn. So it gets against the stats it should have, but now it's an on play, so Sanji can't rush it and stuff like that.
I'd be okay with like every card having like 2 effects for red, but like the effects have to be like leader locked, like the second effect. So like for example, the first effect, like
Yeah.
you said, like on play minus 1,000 power to something, and then like if your leader is, you know, Whitebeard Pirates, you know, gain this fucking effect, you know, or like,
Yeah.
you know, if your leader is, you know, Vivi, gain this effect, right? Like, you know, use your leader effect for free or something like that. I like that concept a lot better than just like vanilla generic cards like help the color pool in general.
I think so. Here's an idea. I'm spitting some ideas, just running by you. If they seem crazy, it's just an idea, so it's kind of whatever. But maybe we give Red a 0 cost event, right? And the 0 cost event says gain 2 active Dawn, and you can play with 2 extra Dawn for the rest of the game. What are your thoughts on that?
Wait, what was the effect? What?
It makes you a 12 Dawn
Gain
leader.
2 active Dawn. Gain 2 active Dawn. You ramp 2 active Dawn, and then for the rest of the game, you can play with 2 extra Dawn for the rest of the game. Red just plays with 12 Dawn.
That's what? That sounds kind of broken.
As it is.
Bro, I do think though, like it's so easy. I feel like it's so easy to balance or to card design to still buff other red leaders while not giving new cards to. Because I feel like they really fucked up the red purple law. His effect is so generic that there is it's so hard to print new good red and purple cards that he can't play without making them cost more than 4.
Well, he's on the list of the next band leaders for sure for me. So,
oh, for you though, thank God for that.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. You're very welcome. No, so do you remember when they announced EB01 and we're like, finally some fucking support for all these other leaders, and they gave like 2 good cards in EB01 that could actually like support the other leaders. They
And
need
one
to
of
do
them's a
that.
secret, right?
Yeah, and one of them's a secret, and then one of them's like Cavendish, and like that's pretty much it. Other than like Miss, what is it, the yellow purple crocodile card, Miss
Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, but they need to just like release an entire fucking EBO2 and just actually help Red in some way, and then also help fucking Blurple Crocodile in some way, because I love that deck.
Bro, I'm so angry that EBO1 comes out with like we're gonna support these leaders, right? And they print Mr. 2, who's a good card, right? He's not, bro. He did nothing for Purple Croc and Purple Croc. That fucker's being abused in red purple.
Hang on, guys, my headphones,
it makes me so angry. That is so ass. That is such terrible card design. Like, how are you gonna print a new card that's supposed to benefit this archetype and then you make it generic and then there's a leader like red purple all sitting right there waiting to abuse it? Like, I don't know.
I think the more leader lock cards, the better, actually.
I think so.
Because like it just like if they want to release like one banger fucking card, like Gecko, like Gecko's insane, but like every deck that's black plays it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like Cross was playing it in Rebecca. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, when you said
Yeah.
that, I was actually going to bring up Cross too, but for an opposite reason. Did you see Cross tweeted out that he says he thinks he was throwing by running Gecko and Rebecca, and he thinks it doesn't have a place in the deck?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't exactly have an opinion on that, but the way he used it was interesting, just to establish a body. But still, like, even if it's not great in Rebecca, it's still okay.
That's the thing.
At worst, a card like Gecko is like okay in like every single deck.
He's good.
Whereas, like, yeah, like
He's never
where like
bad.
if you can just print a card like that for every single color and then leader lock all the other cards to like not make shit broken, like why can't they just do that? It makes no sense.
I think, God, so I guess that's not even related. That's a tangent. 'Cause I would just like yellow to be a lot worse.
Hey.
I would like yellow to be bad. I would, bro. I don't know. I feel like it's getting really. And the crazy part is yellow's not even like the problem color currently, right? Because it's red purple law, and then after red purple law, it's like Luffy and Lucci, and Luffy's not even like crazy because he's yellow. He's crazy because like the 3 brother cards they printed are good. They just happen to be yellow, but realistically, it's like Whitebeard. They could have made those any color for that leader. They didn't have to be yellow.
Do you think yellow's identity now is just to be fucking annoying? Like it's the annoying color, you know? Like it's not like the best deck. Even now, even with Rush Ace, I think the deck's really good.
Yeah.
But I think it's really good because it's just fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like Like you don't think that's like the identity behind yellow now?
No, I think
Like
the identity
life
behind
gain and
yellow
annoying?
is to be poorly designed.
Okay, well that too.
Yeah, no, I do
so
think
far they're
it's
doing
still
a
be
really
annoying.
good job if that's the design.
Like how like Rush is literally Red's identity. How the fuck do you print 10 drop ace and he rushes and he heals a life? Why the fuck does he do that? Literally, why does he do that? It makes literally no sense. And you know they would have never given that treatment to any other color but yellow. They didn't even give it to red. They didn't even give it to red. Red didn't even get a 10 drop that rush that set. The only one that did was yellow. And that is Red's keyword.
Well, they have Luffy from ST10.
Well, no, I'm not saying one doesn't exist. I'm saying that set. The set that they did that ace shit. They didn't even give Red a top end that rushed. They're like, we're gonna print a top end that rushes. Let's make it yellow. Like, how the fuck does that? How is that the thought process? How does that cross anyone's mind when you're designing?
Yeah, they're just like a yellow at this point just has every identity, and like you can like what's funny is Enel doesn't really play a whole lot of triggers. Like they play like Onami, they play Shirahoshi, and then some play the Rocket Boots Luffy. But like other than that, it's just like life gain now. Whereas like I used to agree with you as like, you know, yellow gets a lot of like a little bit of everything, but almost none of it is used, funny enough.
I don't know if that's even a stance I still hold anymore. Because I don't think yellow, like I was saying earlier, I don't think yellow's the problematic color anymore in this, you know, current. Because it wouldn't take much. I feel like if they just dropped a ban list or something, it'd be very easy for yellow to become problematic again. But
I don't think Raigo should have been printed personally.
Raigo, I don't know why they even got it. It's so annoying too because it's like the 6 cost event that answered anything was Red Rock, which is a blue thing, and blue's whole thing is control. It makes sense that they'd get an event that would do that. Then purple got one, Ragnarok, but purple's whole identity is like they're the jack of all trades. They can tap into any other color, but they minus it on to do it.
I was gonna say even then Ragnarok doesn't KO anything.
Right,
it goes an 8.
Yeah. So I just don't get how we then come to yellow like overstepping. And
yeah, it's annoying when you drop a 9 cost Zoro on a yellow player and they just fucking Raigo it. You're like, oh, okay. I guess we can do that.
You know, this is gonna be a very, very like first world problem or a very privileged problem to have or whatever. But like when I gecko and I pop like a character on their board and I establish 2 bodies and then they Raigo the gecko, it pisses me off. I still have the 2 bodies, but it's like, why the fuck can they do that? Literally, that shit makes no sense to me. It's so dumb, and it's them answering a dumb card with another dumb card. But like, I don't think they should even be allowed to.
We should retitle this video to "The Problem with Red and Hating on Yellow."
Bro, I don't know. I feel like Red needs so much help, and I feel like there's so many good cards that they print for yellow that they could just give to Red. You know what? Why is Ace even yellow to begin with?
True. He has 2 yellow rush cards.
Why is he yellow to begin with? I think Ace should have been a 10 drop that rushed. He should have been red. And instead of gaining a life,
Ace has 2 yellow rush cards that have like semi conditions, but they're not leader locked. But red has 1 rush ace that is locked. You know
what's funny? The Sanji, when they revealed the Sanji, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this is crazy. We could give anything rush. We could literally take Ace minus 3k and we could give him back the rush that he lost because we're not playing Whitebeard. It's like, what do you mean? Minus 3k's all play.
You know what's funny? Is I literally said the same thing.
wait, which side?
Bro,
which
like
side?
I don't read, bro. Like,
bro, you know what's funny though?
I was like, he can give Marco rush, he can give Ace rush.
Bro, when I saw that tweet at first though, I remember when I first saw that tweet, right? People were like, oh my god, he could give Ace rush. I was like, holy shit, he can. And I was like, wait a minute.
Bro, I tagged a judge, one of the judges on my Discord, and I was like, so you guys know that new, like, I don't know if it's Kid or if it's Luffy, but it protects your like your other characters from like being KO'd. I think it's a
Yeah, the
green
new
card.
5-drop Luffy.
Yeah. And I literally tagged a judge and be like, "Can Luffy protect itself?" And he goes, "Read the card."
Bro. You know why? Because literally,
Other
because
than
I just
Luffy, like
had,
right there, bro.
bro, I had a rolling with Luffy come up literally the other day. I think was it last Saturday?
Last weekend. Yeah, it was the case tournament we were at.
Saturday, bro. I played. So I lowered a character of theirs, and then I played Sabo, and I went to pop the Luffy and the other character. And then we had this whole, it's crazy because like the discourse was fucking stupid because they were like, well, unfortunately it's like Rosinante, so he's gonna protect both of them. And they're like, you know, because you know how Rosinante is, so he's gonna save both. I was like, so I don't even pop the Luffy. They're like, no, you don't pop the Luffy. Unfortunately, it's dumb, I know, but like, and then one person was like,
it was me. I sat next to you and said,
it was Nick. Nick was like, it says everybody except Luffy.
I literally asked the store if they wanted me to judge the tournament that weekend, and they told me no.
Bro, it was so fun because I went to pop a Luffy and a Cavendish.
Cavendish. Yeah.
Yes.
They were playing against Bonnie.
It was Bonnie, yeah. That shit was so stupid. But like literally, this whole interaction that was like it was being discussed between like five people, and none of us just stopped to just read the card.
We're literally Yu-Gi-Oh players, bro. We don't fucking read cards, bro.
Not wrong.
It's so crazy because like I know there's a lot of times too people are like just fucking read, but like if you already think you know what the card does, then why would you read it? You know?
Yeah,
that's the problem. It's like I already know what this card does. Well, I'm gonna read it, and then you don't know what it does.
The problem is in One Piece, it's literally just one sentence, and we just like refuse to read it. like in Yu-Gi-Oh, I forgot who I was telling this to, but I was telling someone that in Yu-Gi-Oh, you ask someone what their card does, and if it sounds really broken, I believe it, because it's just like it's Yu-Gi-Oh. But like if it doesn't sound good enough, you're like, let me read this shit real quick, because something's off here.
Bro, it's so crazy though, because like I feel like with me, the brain rot is like really real, because like sometimes when playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd ask them what their card would do, right? And they would start explaining it. So I'm not even reading, I just have to listen, right?
Yeah.
By the time they get to like the second
guy,
effect, I'm like, no.
Playing while they're while they're telling you about it.
Yeah. By the time they get to like, by the time they say like the third effect, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna negate it.
Literally, bro. If there's not Subway Surfers under him talking, bro, I can't even listen to him, bro.
This shit is so.
I need to find that channel again. But speaking of brain rot, bro, I was watching One Piece card game gameplay on YouTube because I get bored and watch like Japanese or foreign gameplay. Bro, there was a fucking One Piece tournament where they had pack openings in the bottom right hand corner, so that way you just always had your attention on the screen instead of it being background noise.
I gotta do that, bro. Do that, bro.
It was funny because like when Nick showed me that, I was like, damn, we have to start incorporating that into the videos. And I was like, we don't crack
bro, retention
packs.
Would go crazy, bro.
I was crossing my mind. I was like, well, we don't really like crack packs like that. So I was like, I just go to someone else's channel, I take their pack opening, and just throw it in my video.
Bro, that would be so genius. Why don't we do that, bro? The pack. Bro, I've never seen that before in my life. That's so funny, bro. That's literal brain rot.
I guess. Finally, so we are finally getting to the point where Red is going to be good again, right? Yeah. It's gonna be Sanji. It's gonna be Sanji without a doubt.
Yeah, Sanji's gonna get banned, but yeah, Red's gonna be good.
So how do we like feel about this approach to making Red good? Just fucking giving everything rush. It's funny because the 8-drop 2 that I was talking about that we said was problematic, they took that effect, they just fucking put it on a leader.
For no Dawn either, too, is a funny thing.
Bro, literally no Dawn.
Literally zero Dawn investment.
Just go, hey, by the way, rush.
You guys like this rush thatch?
So, I mean, what do you think they're... So, it's wild. I like that they released it with EBO1, or not EBO1, with the premium booster.
Premium booster 2.
So that way they literally could not print any support for it. It's all just fucking reprints of old cards. And they didn't like print a bunch of new one attacking bullshit cards. Because that is going to be, people are going to try to find either I'm going to play vanillas or like I'm going to play the 8-9 Banish Luffy because, hey, it has Rush now too. They're just going to find the most obscure.
You can also play the new Iron that we were talking about too and just make something 0 and then just swing into it.
It's on play effect, brother.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, you literally just can't do that.
Yeah.
Bro, Ein is literally one effect.
Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh brain is so real.
Bro, I told you guys I need Subway servers to like read these cards.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that Sanji gets banned?
I don't think Bandai makes good decisions, so I'm not confident. I would say like a 4.
A 4?
Yeah. But I think that leader is like the death of any slow deck
I think so
ever.
too.
Like you'll never be able to have a slow meta deck again without like Sanji just like coming back and just like, how many times do I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Just beat the shit out of that deck. Like Sakazuki would not even be like remotely good if Sanji was out like in step 5.
Let me think about that. Let me think.
I don't think it'll get banned personally.
I don't think it will either.
Like how? It's like it literally just gives everything rush. Like how is that like?
Oh, I'm not saying I don't think it's ban worthy. I just don't think it'll get banned.
No, I don't think so either, because I think Bandai just doesn't like manage their like card pool very well. But I think it's a very ban worthy like leader for sure.
I think so. I think it's crazy too, because it's like, because you have to like, so red card design is like, I guess it's getting better, right? Because you have like a card like Kid Killer. People are saying that for hitting red purple law, because some people for some reason are arguing against like just banning him outright and hitting stuff in him, which is fucking stupid.
Nah, dude, they gotta ban him.
It's fucking stupid. That's a brain dead take in my opinion.
Yeah, no, like they shouldn't. So like, I don't think Sakazuki was like worth getting banned, because I don't think that it was like, it was super powerful into like a lot of decks. Like it was good into like some decks, but it was very beatable. But like red purple law is getting to a point where like, it can literally just do everything. Like it can gain infinite dawn with between pudding and kid, and it can remove all of your shit, and it can draw a bunch of cards, and it can like rush you down. It feels like it doesn't really have a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah.
No, I agree. So I will say, because I think
like a deck
OP08
like that-
red purple law, OP08 red purple law is a completely different conversation. But like, as far as OP07, I think maybe it might be a hot take. I don't even think red purple law is our best deck currently. In OP07.
I agree with that actually. I meant in set 8, by the way. Like once it gets to the point where it can just like do everything, that's when it should get banned. And you can't ban individual cards without like like hurting other decks. But like I don't think Law is the best deck in this format right now. I think it's like a tie between like 3 or 4 different decks.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. Like, as far as like banning Law goes, because I don't even think we ban him currently right now because he's super powerful. I do think we still ban him regardless, but I think we literally do it for the sake of cart design, because I feel like him existing as a leader is limiting cart design heavily. And not only is he limiting cart design, he's doing it to 2 colors that really don't deserve that right now. Like,
well, that's how I felt about Whitebeard, and that's how I felt about Nami. Like, you can't give give like blue good card draw, or like because blue is supposed to be like the draw the card, discard card, like mechanic type. You can't give them good support if like Nami's gonna abuse it, and you can't give red good support if Whitebeard's gonna abuse it. So like I agree. I think red purple law, for the sake of like, and that's why I think Sakazuki, like the only argument that was like relevant for it was like the future card like balance of the game. Like some people just abuse cards, especially if they have access to 2 different color pools. It's like they're gonna abuse like really good cards. Yeah,
because I do remember all the time saying too, I remember when Sakazuki was like problem child running around or whatever, I remember every time I was always saying I never felt like he deserved to be banned for like his current power level or whatever, but I always did say I think he should be banned at some point because I felt like he didn't limit cart design. I don't think we're there yet, you know, is the thing. So I think he should still be in the game, but I think at some point that is something that does have to be addressed. And that's how I feel about red purple law right now, because the thing about it is like I don't know, like a leader like Sakazuki limiting cart design or whatever, if he was limiting like black cart design, I don't think anyone would complain about that, because black's a really good color. But red purple law is limiting red cart design, and red's in fucking shambles, and he's limiting purple cart design, and purple is doing fucking nothing outside of law. Like those are two colors that should not, like, if you keep red purple law in the game and you're Bandai and you're competent, you're like, all right, well, we can't print broken cards because red purple law will abuse them. Red and purple are the last colors that should be happening to. They do not deserve that. Those colors are so mid right now. So I think you just have to, although I will say, I think there's a better answer than banning red purple law. It's just one I think is unrealistic, because I feel like when it comes to card games in general outside like Hearthstone, they fucking
I'm telling you, rotations, bro. Rotations are the way.
Rotation is one answer. I think rotation's the overall big fix.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of people come from Yu-Gi-Oh, so they're super. Because I know when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I didn't like rotation, right? But I feel like once you've become a big boy and you put your big boy shoes on and all that, you can look back at Yu-Gi-Oh and be like, what the fuck has this turned into? And then you realize rotation would have solved all of that.
Any real Yu-Gi-Oh player from like 2007 to like 2013 knows that like they would rather have a rotation than to like let Yu-Gi-Oh turn into what it's turned into.
Easy.
And we don't even have to have a full rotation. I think we should just keep like what Hearthstone does, like keep like a core set of cards that you can use.
Yeah.
And then rotate everything else out. Like keep Otama, keep fucking Newgate, like 9-cost Newgate, keep Mihawk, cards that are like, splashable, things like that. And then just rotate all the leaders or like cards that are like bad design and then just like make new ones or something.
I think so too. I really do think rotation is the ultimate answer because like let's say for example Bandai went really fucking stupid, right? So we're going to OP09. Let's say OP09. Let's if you were to push it to the extreme, right? Let's say they printed OP09, OP10, and OP11, and every single card in the sets just said when you play this card, win the game, right? As terrible as that would be, come OP012, all that shit would be out. All that shit that would no longer be relevant. The game hits a hard reset. Like after OP11 or whatever, you could print weaker cards, and they wouldn't see play while the broken shit's here. But once rotation happened, the power level has been reset back to where it should be. It's gotten weaker, and all the degenerate shit is no longer here. So I do think rotation is the ultimate answer, but I think
you can experiment with the cards that are like left too. Be like, oh, this didn't see play because Gecko was around, but now Gecko's gone. Maybe this card is like a little bit better.
Now, for the sake of the Yu-Gi-Oh babies, the Yu-Gi-Oh babies that are adamant against a rotation, I think the alternative fix would be you errata red purple law to. There's two different things here, right? So
one or the other.
There's a few different. Actually, there's like 3 different ways. So my original.
I agree with Nick, by the way. I like what Nick just said.
One or the others. So one or the other is big. Realistically, I think a red purple leader shouldn't be bottom decking to begin with. He should be KOing because that was red's identity, and purple just taps into other colors and ramps. So if he is gonna keep doing removal, it makes more sense that he should KO. And if he is gonna do a removal that is outside of the red identity, I don't think it should be bottom decking. I think it should be bouncing because from a flavorful standpoint, shambles, if I'm pulling a card out of my hand to the board, the opponent should be having a card from their board go back to the hand. They should be trading places.
Yeah.
I don't know why bottom decking comes into the equation fucking at all. That shit makes literally no sense. Because I was like, why is red bottom decking? Why is a red purple leader bottom decking? It was like, one person was like, for flavor, for shambles. It's okay, all right. So if I'm putting your character from the board to the bottom of the deck, where's my character coming from the bottom of my deck to the board? Like, that's what shambles would do. If that makes no sense.
I never even thought of that, honestly, but I agree with both of what you guys said. Like either bounce it or like one or the other. Those would both be much more fair, I would think.
Yeah, and then there's the boring answer. There's the boring fix that a lot of people have recommended. Maybe he should only be able to cheat out Heart Pirates, TCG.
Yo, he's gonna cheat me out, bro. That'd be lit, bro.
he's gonna cheat you. He's gonna pimp you out. He's gonna. But yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe
the algorithm's gonna fucking slay whenever there's like a Heart Pirate deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna
what do you mean?
like,
there was a
Heart Pirates deck, and then it's like my channel's gonna come up, bro. I'm about to fucking slay, bro.
You think you're gonna slay? I think I want the Small Hat channel. It's funny. I don't know how many times I've talked to you about like I was like I'm gonna get on my uploading shit, but this time for real, Joey, I think I'm actually gonna get on the uploading shit. But there's big stuff in the works here. Big aspirations in the works here. So at my local the other day, MoistCr1tikal was there. Yep.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Tampa local MoistCr1tikal, and he's getting into One Piece.
Yeah, he's literally there buying One Piece product.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard he would want to get out the in there.
Did you introduce yourself or no?
Bro, we fucking left 5 minutes before he showed up.
Yeah.
Only Garen was still there. We left. So
yeah,
that's big ball drop there. But
maybe you should reach out to him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to reach out and it be seen,
Yeah, maybe like message like one of his moderators or something. That might help.
Yeah, I gotta figure something out there. But
Yeah, guys, like
But
if
yeah.
he's into One Piece, just reach out and say, hey, we're Tampa One Piece content creators. All you buy some One Piece product at our local blah blah blah. I don't know if you want to name it on stream or not, or on podcast or not. But like just say, hey, we'd love to do something, teach you about the game if you ever want to try it.
You know, a lot of people do. I know that Cool Stuff sponsored one of the guys that did like One Piece theories. You know, like the anime theories.
VV
to
theory?
open up boxes. What?
Oh, I said VV theory?
No, not VD. I think his name was the Joy Boy guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Not a clue.
sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah,
maybe.
he does like theories and like chapter reviews. So they sponsored him to open up a bunch of product because a lot of people didn't know that One Piece had like a game. I think Moist would bring a lot of like attention to the One Piece scene.
Oh,
It'd
he
just
would.
be good for everybody. Yeah.
I will say it's
Probably
why
would
we're
be
just
incredible for
talking.
the scene. What was
We were
that?
just talking about it. Charlie bought like the worst set you could buy in order to crack it for value.
Yeah.
Like OP07 has just tanked in value.
Bro, there is literally I don't know if this is still the case because it could be worse, but literally there is only if you buy a box, there is only one card that can guarantee to make your money back. It is the manga. Everything else in the set is now worth less than the actual set.
I bought a box and got like $30 worth of shit, and I was like, I'm never buying a box.
Yeah.
Why would you even
I don't
buy
even
a
know,
box?
bro. Temptation, bro.
I get it.
I also had store credit too, so I was like, oh, I gotta use it before I leave.
that's kind of different. That's
Yeah.
That's kind
But
of
it was-
different.
It wasn't enough store credit to make up for the fucking to make up for the loss on the box.
God, I don't. But yeah, I don't know. There's a few. How crazy would it be if like Sanji came out and he did nothing because Red Purple Law just fucked him up?
I don't
mean,
think
his
that would be the
characters all get
case.
rush. Yeah, I was about to say, because it's just like, hey, I'm gonna hit you before you bottom deck it, so I at least get value out of this.
Because
attacker.
like the thing is like you can still play like Kid Killer and something else to get rushed. Like for like 10 Dawn, you can play Kid Killer, swing 7. You can like play like a Thatch and swing 8, and then you still have your leader attack for 5.
Well, I don't
so
think
like
there's any.
like, they better have like Shariah and
Oh.
Kid and Queen to like
I
deal
was
with
gonna
like
say,
your
what's
aggression.
the name of the Alabasta one that moves around Dawn? That card's gonna be nuts in that deck.
Oh,
I
Chaka.
forget, but yeah.
Chaka.
Yeah, Chaka. He's just a mini dragon in there. I don't think there's any reality where that happens, but I mean, I think with the level of power creep, there's always something that does have to at least be pitched. Because if the video doesn't age well, people go back like, oh, you're fucking stupid. So, because you do also have to think too, like, there's no reality. I don't think there would have ever been a timeline where someone would have shown me red, blue Marco, black, purple King, and yellow, purple Pudding, and told me that none of them would do fucking anything because of red, purple Law. Because they're not even meta overseas. Those 3 leaders aren't even good.
Well, I said King was like mid the entire time. I thought
I
Pudding
said
was gonna be
Marco was
good,
mid
though.
the entire time.
No, I thought Marco had a chance to be good. Pudding was the best in my opinion, but I've been a King like denier for like since I heard it from y'all's channel.
I thought
'Cause y'all are how I
Marco.
get my news.
I thought Marco was good until we saw more leaders from the set. Literally,
Marco's the
when
second
Marco
best
was
leader from the
all.
set.
When Marco was the only leader revealed, I was like, oh, fuck, he's great. And then when I saw the power level of the other leaders, I was like, oh, he's mid. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not really
Putting
rocking
it
with
in
those.
the game.
I do think he has the potential to be really good, but I don't think he's there right now. I do think Pudding's just better than Marco.
I think Pudding is the best of the 3 currently also. Although I do think in a world where Red Purple Law is taken out of the game, I think King is the best of the 3.
What, bro? No chance, bro.
Bro, the
No
only thing
chance.
holding him back is Red Purple Law. Literally, his
And,
problem
like,
is that he's too slow into Red Purple Law fucking kills him before he can do anything.
Bro, King is not it, bro. King
Bro,
is
King
not
is so
it,
gas.
bro.
King is so good.
ass, bro.
King is so because you have to look at King playing to literally anything else that's not Red Purple Law, and then you watch him play Red Purple Law, he fucking dies turn 4. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro.
I'd have to see it, bro,
He's-
because I feel like
bro.
so much shit can beat that deck.
like what?
Like
That's
I don't
what I
even have
fucking
a
thought.
bro. Like,
So
I
where's that?
don't pay
Bro,
attention to
you
it.
couldn't even think of anything.
Bro, I just give me some time, bro. I got you, bro. Because
Oh,
that deck is actually dog shit. And I like purple. I like control decks, but that deck looks bad.
Do you think you're gonna play Sanji?
It looks like a worse Zephyr, bro. Like it just looks like a worse Zephyr.
Bro,
Now
you're
that
onto
is
nothing. Bro is onto Get out the kitchen.
I'm definitely not playing Sanji. Fuck no.
You're not playing Sanji? You think you're really just gonna heart throw?
Bro, why would I play? I hate decks like that. Like I hate gorilla decks.
All right, but he's just a win button.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna play a deck that like loses to him. I'm gonna like.
All
play,
right, so
like,
here's what I think. Here's what I think though. Here's what I think. Right, we've seen Red Purple Law, right? How he just fucking rushes everybody down, and that's problematic. Sanji, I think Sanji's gonna be that, but only worse. And
yeah, it's gonna be slightly worse, but it's still like really fucking good.
No. I mean worse in the opposite direction. I think it's going to be worse for everybody else. I think that. Yeah, I think so. You're gonna tell me that you're in a meta where Sanji exists. You're just gonna play a leader. You're gonna play a leader that is okay with.
Fuck no.
Bro, I genuinely. I think Sanji. No. I shit you not. I think Sanji could play a deck of all vanillas and still kill some leaders that already exist. Yeah. Like
easily,
if you,
bro. Like, it's like,
I allowed this card to be printed, and they're going to make it everybody else's problem.
Bro,
literally, if
like
you just play
3/5 vanillas, bro, like 3/5 vanillas turn crazy, bro.
I was gonna say, literally, if he just like so he takes first, turn 2, he swings 5 with leader, then he hits you with the 3/5, right?
You don't even need to play Zoro anymore. Yeah, you just fucking like play a vanilla that has counter.
Counter, yeah.
Bro, they literally have kid killer.
The only issue with him is like he doesn't like they have no like card draw. Red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, if he's just playing vanillas though, so now on your forward on turn, you have to try to kill the 5k body, because if he counters with it next turn, he's gonna go 5, hit you with the 5k vanilla again, then hits you with the 7k vanilla.
Bro, and the worst part is the vanillas always have good stats too. So like, how do you kill a 5/7 on curve? Like it's just so hard, bro. Like,
and then if you don't kill the fucking 5/7,
yeah, then you get fat.
He could go 5/7 again if he wants, or he just goes fucking 7/9. Like literally. I think to not play Sanji
and guard point and shit too. That's fucking crazy.
What do you think doesn't lose to Sanji? What do you think would be the answer there?
It would have to be like another Sanji deck. Yellow would get cracked, bro. Yellow, and that would get cracked by Sanji.
You think so?
Oh, easily, bro. Like how do they beat that? Like Yellow, like. And now loses to Red Purple Law, like another like speed deck, like rush deck. Like how do they beat Sanji? And it definitely beats the fuck out of Katakuri too. It's not even close. I think that and that's the hard part. I don't know like what deck can consistently beat like I don't know what deck can consistently beat this, because like if you play a deck that plays a bunch of big bodies to contest theirs, you can just go like fucking Brook, give it rush, and then like minus it by 2 and just like swing into it. Like it's fucking, or you can play like Iron too, like not even use the leader effect to give it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they play like a fucking 10 cost Big Mom, you just reduce it down to 0 and then like pop it or something. Like they're like that deck is fucking crazy, bro. I don't know what deck beats Sanji. I really don't.
Yeah. So I think that's
maybe Lucci or something. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I don't think Lucci does it.
It has to be like it has to be a removal, like a KO deck that isn't for life.
I was gonna say, it's why I think though there could realistically be a reality where like Red Purple Law maybe does beat him, because if Sanji's just leaning into just throwing bodies at your face repeatedly, the fact that like Red Purple Law is chucking away at Sanji also, but he's dropping blockers in the process.
It's the removal thing as well. Like I do think Sanji
and the removal, yeah.
So like it's like when you interviewed the guy that said red yellow Sabo was kind of decent into Law. I heavily disagree, even though obviously that guy has more experience with the deck than me. But it's like, how do you beat a deck that like
Sir Dundo?
Yeah, Sir Dundo. Yeah, like how do you beat a deck that like rushes you down faster than you rush it down, and then also like develops like a board, and like you don't really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's what I was gonna say.
Because like Sanji is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll rush you down, but like you're never keeping anything on the board against loss. Like how do you beat that?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say like I saw earlier, I think I could see. That's why I said, like, what if like Sanji does come out and then he just does fucking nothing because Red Purple Law does the same thing he did to all the OP08 leaders. It just doesn't allow them, because I could easily see him like because Sanji's theoretically he's dropping bodies on the board and shit, and Law's taking hits, but Law's dropping blockers and he's removing bodies in the process. So it would not surprise me if you, I think it's a coin flip at this point, but it wouldn't surprise me
this
if
is
we
like
just,
OP09, isn't it, Sanji?
bro, who fucking knows?
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
if Law
after-
is still like, there's no way Law is still in the game because Law gatekeeps more decks than I think Sanji would. So like, I think Law will be banned just for Sanji to just be another gatekeeper deck.
I think so. I really do hope that they just, I really do hope Law gets banned. I really do. I think at this point,
Same.
Because not even because he's strong or whatever, but for me, it's mostly I hate that he's limiting card design. I also
agree.
think it's annoying as fuck just playing into one. I think playing into a red purple Law is fucking very annoying.
Same.
Because I feel like red purple Law has kind of made it so that 4 life leaders outside of like Perona can't really exist. Because
I didn't even want to play
literally,
Sakazuki like into red purple. Like when EVO1 came out, I was like, I can't find a list that I actually enjoy playing that is like does just hard lose to like Law. Like it was just like such a fucking annoying deck to play against.
bro, it's literally, if you say you're on a 4 life leader, most 4 life leaders will take the first attack, right? So
Yeah.
if you can't really do that against Law. If you do take the first attack, you're already a 3 life leader. All I need to do is connect one more time.
Also,
And then
like
Kid Killer.
if they hit you and you go to 7 cards, they'll rip 2 out of your hand. It's so hard, bro.
While playing a blocker.
Yeah.
But that's like the, because it's like yeah, at any point if you take that first life, if he connects just one more time, 4 life leaders for the rest of the game are having to play around Killer Kid. Like he makes it so hard for a 4 life leader to exist in the game outside of Perona, and then in OP08 Perona fucking joins the other 4 life leaders too. So like not even she is immune to that.
Oh yeah.
Like. I feel like that fucker needs to go. He needs to go for the sake of cart design, for the sake of 4 life leaders, for the sake of slow leaders existing. He needs to go. He is so fucking toxic. And what
Law
and then
and Nami on that boat.
I do think this format though, like Law right now, I don't think is a huge problem.
He's not. It's
Because like
OP08
there's a lot of 5 life leaders in this format. There's like Boa,
Yes.
there's Dofi, there's Lucci, there's Bonnie. So like I don't think he's a huge problem right now, but I think with him getting Pudding and Black Maria, I just think it's like just too good.
Yeah, but you also have to take into consideration too. On top of that, it's a bunch of 5 life leaders.
Also, like he has hard count,
like
Blue hard counters Law.
Blue does hard counter Law, but also it's a bunch of 5 life leaders, but I think also a big part of that is because of Law, because you literally can't play a 4 life leader right now. You can't do it unless it's Perona, and even Perona, I don't think she's consistent. So
No, she's not.
she's not. Like if you don't see the Ryuma, you just lose.
Perona's kind of similar to Lucci. Like I feel like they're just both inconsistent decks.
Yeah, you don't see the stage, you lose. Like
Pretty much, yeah. I don't like Lucci. I thought I was gonna like it more than I did.
That's how I
Yeah,
feel about it as well. I put it away and I'm playing Blue Dofi right now.
Yeah, I'm on Blue Dofi and Black Yellow Luffy right now. Those are my 2 decks.
I would like, because realistically, what if Bandai doesn't ban Red Purple Law? What if they don't ban him?
Honestly, I don't know, bro. Like,
'Cause-
that's just like a dystopian society. Like,
bro, because like
you see like
it
the
wouldn't
flames in like
surprise
the
me.
city, like like the gamers like rebel against Bandai.
bro, because like they would never.
Yeah.
Because like I could very easily see a reality, right, where Bandai goes, all right, well, Japan dealt with Law for OP08, so you'll deal with him for OP08 also. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Because if they weren't going to do it for Japan,
Yeah.
and I feel like Japan is the golden child here.
I mean, they didn't with Sakazuki though. Like they realized Sakazuki was a problem for set 7, so they banned him before we got to play set 7 Sakazuki.
That's what I hope happens.
So yeah, I do think they are learning from their mistake about that, honestly.
Okay, well, I guess before we wrap this one up, any closing thoughts? Anything anybody feels? Anything anybody thinks needs to be said, or anything? Like, what about you, Heart Pirates? Now that you've got a bigger platform to be on.
A big, yeah. Thank you for this. I do have a circuit that I do for people. It's an exclusive tournament where if you've gotten top 64 or higher at a major Bandai tournament for One Piece, obviously, or a certain rank on the rank simulator, you can play and qualify in this tournament where you win a lot of prizing. It's officially judged. It's gonna be streamed as well. So the last one we had was a blast, dude. I'm so sad the VOD didn't save. That was oh, bro, I'm telling you, every game was hyper competitive and fun. Like, it was really cool. I'm very excited for the next one for sure.
All right. Well, with that being said, then until next. Thank you for coming on, Joey. Thank you for coming on. Always. It's because this is the thing that we always say that we need to do and we just never do it.
Yeah, I want to
for
start
real.
doing this more often though. For real, I actually have like a schedule, like a content creation schedule that I'm gonna follow now because I want to be more consistent, especially with me being gone for the last 3 weeks during my move. So I definitely want to be on like y'all's channel and then y'all be on my channel like more often.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You said there's like a podcast or something coming up next week on your channel.
I'd like to do it. I'd like to shoot it this week, but yeah, I'll post it next week.
Okay. All right, chat. I might be on that channel. God willing, I'm still alive. You know.
What?
But until what?
Am I gonna kill you?
Okay. I don't fucking know. But until next time, we will see you guys.
Later.
Later.